Well, hello, everybody, and welcome to today's episode of
Hi.
For the Hoard of the Dragon Queen. Hi. Sorry about your ears, Raven. That was probably because I had the music turned down. But if we are super quiet now, let me know, because something probably got jacked up somewhere along the way. If that's the case. Hi. It's a weird energy J. I'm just going to preface this episode with that, which means I really have no idea where we're going to go with this. It's less about filtering, balancing sound, and more about that I didn't turn up the music for these slides instead of, just leaving it where it should be right now so you can hear us over the music. My bad. We were talking about things that are very important to talk about before shows. Can't hear any music. Okay, I'll slightly turn up the music so you can hear it. And then I'll push this button so we have some cool intro music to listen to while we're introducing ourselves. Shadow, how's it going? And who are you playing today?
Hello, everybody. I'm Shadow. I use she, her pronouns. It's going great. And I will be playing Vestra, who uses she, they pronouns. And Vestra is our lovely Path of the Ancestral Guardians barbarian, who's here solely for the dragons. Yep. Just all the dragon content. Yeah.
I don't think I've said this before, but I really do appreciate Vestra's energy, because if I were to join a cult, it would be this cult, and it wouldn't be like for their point, it would be for the dragons.
I mean, they're the only people right now that have dragons. Like,
right?
Yeah.
Like, it's in the name. What is this Harper's Emerald Enclave? What do you...
Candlekeep? They just have candles and books. It's just musty down there. Like,
Gosh. Okay, no, to be fair, Candlekeep does have a dragon.
And books about dragons.
Yes. And underneath,
I mean,
spoilers. But I think it's only, I don't know if it's in any of the mysteries, but it is like I think it is in the book though. So it's probably one of the mysteries. Like, underneath Candlekeep, there's a ghost of a dragon who was trapped there.
Right.
But it's a ghost. It's not like a dragon.
But it was a dragon.
Whoa, okay, ghost dragon.
It's a dragon-shaped ghost.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Candlekeep's on the back burner. If this doesn't pan out, we'll go to Candlekeep.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
I love Candlekeep.
Well,
anyway,
maybe you'll get your chance to go there in this game. We'll see. Mika, why don't you, express to us your love of Candlekeep, who you are, and who you're playing.
No, so like the Candlekeep mysteries, I've been granted I own like the other bunch of like D&D one shots and stuff.
Right.
But I've only, like, we were talking about this earlier. I've got all these D&D books, but I only read through some of them, and I've run a lot of the Candlekeep ones, specifically Shem's Bedtime Rhyme, and like my all queer group where I'm stringing together a campaign using the Candlekeep mysteries. It's
nice.
I like Candlekeep. I like the idea of Candlekeep.
Mm-hmm.
I wish more of the mysteries actually took place in Candlekeep, but
fair.
Hey, whatever. Anyway, hi, I'm Mika. I do things. The co-creator of Roll-D5. I'm a Brazilian-American TTRPG AP performer, content creator, and I am playing Lemon Zest, who is supposed to have a new accent each episode, but I've just been sticking with the bad Scottish one.
Can you do like Southerner American?
I'm Lemon Zest. I use this. This is my go-to accent. Because it's fun.
That's
I like a good Southern accent. All right, hi, I'm Lemon Zest. I'm only part. Don't tell the others, but I'm part of this clan. Yeah, because I don't get my inheritance unless I'm part of the cult for like 5 years. This is year number 2.
Excellent. Yeah, and Lemonzest's family was recently accidentally murdered when they were helping to rebuild the or repurpose the Well of Dragons to summon Tiamat, and an ogre janitor happened to walk by and bumped them off with his mop.
Well, if they're kobolds, they're so tiny that it was easy to do. They were looking over, staring like, oh, it's so majestic. Ah, knocked over. Yeah.
And on that note, Mick, how's your day? Who are you and who are you playing today?
My name is Mick. My pronouns are they, them. And I am playing as Chris, the rogue, who essentially just steals for the cult specifically.
And I feel like
not
for
very
fun.
Religious, but what'd you say?
And I feel like for fun as well.
And for fun, yeah, very much so for fun. Suppose
Perfect.
The offering stuff is kind of, I guess, a bonus.
Totally fair. We haven't really talked on this yet, but was Chris a big klepto before joining the cult, or is this a thing that?
Yeah,
Okay.
It's been a lifelong thing. So
Fair. Good to know. And last but not least, Adela, why don't you tell us who you are and who you're playing today?
Sure. I am Adela. I'm going to be playing Aster today. Aster is just kind of hanging out because her parents are part of the cult, which means she has to be part of the cult. She's not really interested in it, but, she doesn't complain too much about it. She has a friend. They do things. It's a good time. So I also have wicked allergies right now, so I apologize in advance. You'll just see me blowing my nose like crazy. Muted, I hope.
Yeah. As long as you're muted, I feel for you. If you don't mute, then I'm just me I hope you suffer.
Sorry, everyone.
And I'm Jeremy Hochhalter, which is actually found this out recently. My last name in German translates to English as powered by hugs and coffee. So that's really cool.
What?
I didn't know that. Yeah.
That's
No, I'm just kidding.
amazing.
No, that's my new. I had to write a bio, and I'm just you know what? I'm going to start using that as part of my bio. Yeah, because why not? We have a pup retreat being redeemed. I'm going to turn that in while... Does anyone want to recap last week's game? Do y'all remember what happened?
I mean, there's a lot of solo-ish time.
Yes.
Traveling. But then we ended with pretty low-key. It's also a shorter session.
Yeah.
And then it ended with we were being attacked.
Well, something was in the woods. We weren't attacked yet.
Yes.
No spells were fired on us. But we are gathering arms as we saw something sus in the woods. Also, my best friend is missing.
Yes.
That sounds right.
Yeah. And I feel like there's something else that we did. Did we steal something? I mean, not a we.
I know I stole some jewels. But that's about it.
Yeah.
We had some really yummy tea that may be affecting everybody in a little bit of a different way. So there's that.
Yes.
Yeah, I meant to
welcome.
ask, does at this point, are there any kind of saves that need to be rolled against the tea that you made for anyone? Is it that kind of tea?
No, I mean, it's like a general health tea.
Oh, okay.
It's good tasting, and it has some lemon in it, because I know my friends.
Yeah.
Hey, okay, yeah, I got you.
Excellent.
I mean, you gotta heal up, gotta feel good. It's for the soul as well.
Exactly. And so at the end there, you had all been traveling along the road that heads off towards. You know that the caravan is heading towards essentially an encampment that, while those outside of the cult may not know this, the encampment is actually a kind of a guard for a hatchery of dragons that is underground. There's a cave system there, and you kind of like have been maybe a little excited about seeing those dragons if that's what you're into, and otherwise, you know, having a bit of rest and downtime as the caravan kind of settled in before their next raid, before heading out. And while on the road, all of a sudden there had been some shouting from up in front. You were near the back, kind of between the midway and the end point. There were some shouts, and you had been speaking with Langdedrosa Cyanwrath, the blue half dragon that's like the second in command of your unit within the cult. And he had stopped and was listening. Apparently he has some kind of magical communication with Frulim Mondath, the leader of this section of the cult. And the front of the caravan had been spotted by somebody who then ran off into the forest. And apparently this was like a group of somebodies. And as the cult moves through, while it's pretty obvious what's going on as you move through, they are kind of trying to keep their activities somewhat on the down low as much as possible. And so there are other factions at work in the world, other organizations that may not necessarily appreciate what you all are doing. And with that in mind, Frulim had messaged Langdedrosa to send someone after these people to find out if they are indeed spies or scouts for one of those factions. He had looked at, I believe, Shadow and said, you find someone and go after them. And
yes,
had sent the four of you, because we'd made an assumption you were choosing your friends here to go with you. And the four of you were heading off.
Yes, I also gave him one of the candies. That was instead of eating my candy, that Aster gave me. I gave it to him. Right,
and we were discussing whether they're like Werthers, if they're hard candies or soft candies. And we decided they were hard candies that hadn't melted quite yet. So, good.
Like that's right. We had tea, but then we also had candy. I gave lemon candies.
Yeah.
Actually, I might be confusing that because we also had candies in Blades in the Dark the other day. And they were standing next to a fire. I think that's where the melting part came into it. But yeah.
Who doesn't want candy or tea? It's all delicious.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure one of you had seen movement going through the forest.
A thing. Yeah.
Okay.
I did. And I was like, hey, there's some stuff over there also. Here's some yummies.
Perfect. So what would you all like to do?
Follow it.
Yeah.
Plus, there might be some good mushrooms in the forest. You never know.
Okay.
Let's just charge in head first into this.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Is Chris good with this? Okay. So the four of you head off, carrying your gear, running through this short clearing that's kind of, as you've been traveling along, there have been like copses of trees, and there's a larger forest that is off to your right. In between you and the forest is a small clearing, and you're kind of running through that towards where you saw the motion. You'd seen like a flash of maybe blue and white or silver, something like that. And as you enter the forest, you notice that it's much cooler here, as the sun isn't beating down on you, and the ground is still kind of damp from recent rains and such. And so as you near the spot that Aster had seen, you actually do notice fairly easily a set of footprints that head off away from the caravan at this point. We'll call it east.
Yeah, what kind of footprints?
Sure, why don't you do a survival check?
Survival.
Can
Do have
I
good survival?
survive? Oh, I mean, I can kind of survive.
Right? They do look like humanoid boot prints, but beyond that, you're not really sure. It seems like there's a set of them, like from a person. And you had been told that a group of people had been noticed, so perhaps this is one of them, perhaps
okay.
not.
Clearly, we should stealthily go after them, right? And do we need to tell other people about this? I don't know.
It's just one. We can do just one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
totally.
We know
Totally.
this ne'er-do-well who's lurking in the forest. We're gonna go after them stealthily.
Maybe it's a mushroom farmer. You know, like
That's true.
maybe there's. Yeah, let's. I want to find out what kind of good herbs this person has.
Sounds good. Yeah.
Okay.
We can have my tea.
Excellent. So as you are heading along, someone is going to need to do the survival check for tracking. And if you're all doing stealth, then we'll do a group stealth check. So go ahead and choose who's
Group
going to be
stealth.
tracking.
Ducks, I didn't launch the game. Okay.
For some reason, nothing's happening as I stare at my computer. What?
Now I'm on the same page as everyone.
Yeah, there you go.
Yay!
Is
As I walk through the forest with a clank, clank, clank.
Right.
So heavy armor.
I like how it's
bottles.
like in red, heavy armor. Is Aster doing the survival check for?
I
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. We'll start off with that.
mean, if you didn't like it, we could say no. That was. I just.
I
I
mean-
don't know. I don't know what was happening.
Awesome. So with all of yours stealth rolls, you are moving through pretty quietly. Every so often, Lemon Zest is kind of mumbling to themselves or making like little kobold noises that you've just kind of grown used to. But as you're moving through, you're getting
Harumph.
right.
I'm moving like a Muppet the entire time. It's like that's how kobolds move when they're in like a little bit of a mood.
Right. Why is it that Lemon Zest is in that mood?
Because for today's episode, he is represented by the sin of gluttony, and he's a little hangry.
Fair enough.
Another fun fact: every episode, Lemon Zest represents a different of the 7 deadly sins.
So we're
Along
on
with the
episode.
changing of accents. Yes.
We're on episode 5 right now. What's going to happen on episode 8? Tune in to find out. No.
Yeah.
All right. So you're all moving pretty quietly. You feel pretty comfortable about that. But Aster, you're watching the ground and you notice that there are these boot tracks pressed into the mud every so often as you move into areas where like pine needles or other like leaves that have covered the ground and stuff. Even then you can see where this person has moved. But then you notice that there are other tracks. They're off to the side a little bit. They're much less noticeable. And one of them seems to be not purposeful, like when you're walking and there's like, just step after step. This seems almost more like they're being dragged or coerced to move in that direction. Good roll, by the way.
All right. Well, I'm going to tell everybody, I'm going to like, look at this. I mean, there's obviously more people around here, but this doesn't seem right to me. Does anyone want to take a look at this and point out those particular tracks that seem especially weird, like somebody getting pushed and scuffled or pulled or dragged?
Mhm.
Can I tell, like, how far? I mean, can I tell broken sticks or I don't know.
Sorry, what are you trying to tell?
I don't know if there's like a good amount of broken sticks or like somebody trying to leave a message or the vibe. I mean, besides that, they obviously probably are being pushed or coerced.
Totally. Yeah, it definitely feels like they're being pushed, coerced, and maybe they're like dragging their toes or like, you know, like something to make it obvious that those marks are there as opposed to those who are kind of leading them, which seem much more. And then the set that you're following, while it is heading in the same direction right now, it does seem much more on purpose that it's been made to be noticed.
Okay. Can I tell what kind of footprints the other ones are?
You do notice that there are others that are, there's 2 others that are like a medium humanoid, so like a human-sized person. The one that's kind of scuffed and dragged along seems to be smaller, however, more like a gnome. A gnome like Tesha, who is
no. Okay.
Vestra's missing friend.
Okay. I'm gonna kind of like push Vestra and be like, I think one of these tracks might be Tesha's. Here, you're familiar with her. Come on over and check it out and have everybody kind of follow that set of tracks.
Sure.
Does that look like Tesha's foot to you?
Why don't you make a either a survival or an intelligence check, Vestra?
Okay, let's do this. Haha! Doing good. We're doing good.
Very good. Yes.
Yes.
So you look at it, and sure enough, it looks like definitely smaller footprints. And sorry, I'm looking at Tesha's art here. She does wear some leather boots. You know that she has like some pretty well cared for leather armor, and this does appear to be in line with the way that you remember her boots leaving tracks previously, as you're just kind of like walking along, talking and everything, and happen to glance down and notice her tracks or whatever. This does feel that way.
It is Tesha. That means she wouldn't willingly leave the Hoard because dragons. Like, we're the only ones that have dragons. So obviously she's been taken. We must get her back.
All right, so this is a rescue mission now.
Yes, it is a rescue mission.
All right.
But also, we might be able to maybe this also might be a loot mission too, depending on where they're taking Tesha.
So we can rob the people that took your friend.
Yes, as long as we also rob our friend back. Yes.
I like how
Can
Chris's
we rob
eyes...
your friend?
No.
I think Chris and I are on a similar page here.
I like how Chris's eyes lit up there.
Yeah.
All right, so what do you do with this information?
I mean,
Go
I suppose
faster.
Okay.
like we could tell somebody or something, you know, before we get too far into it. Or yes, go faster and try and be stealthier, even stealthier, because now we know. Even stealthier, because now we know it's a rescue mission and time is of the essence.
Whereas before you were just stealthing to kind of, you know, be sneaky. Now you have to be stealthy to be sneakier.
Yes. Yes. We're quieting down the kobold rumps.
You Up retreat redeem. Okay, so if you want to be stealthier, let's do another group stealth check.
Okay.
Excellent. Like,
Stealth,
nice. I
stealth,
like it.
stealth, stealth.
6 and a 6
Are you kidding me?
and a 4.
I did even worse.
This is perfect.
I'm just so hangry.
That is so much worse. So much
And-
worse.
And actually, your stomach has started like gurgling. And Chris is the only one who just kind of like steps into like the shadow of a tree and just kind of zoom. It's,
Oh boy.
it's both the hangriness and the sudden like realization that your friend has been taken, and so you're trying to hurry and everything. As you're moving through, you are stepping on sticks. There are beds of drier pine needles that are crunching underfoot as you move through. Sometimes you get your shoes stuck in the mud when you step in a wetter area, and you're like and pulling your shoe out, and it just kind of like echoes through this area. Who's in the front?
I think it's a toss-up between Aster and Vestra.
Okay.
Yeah, I feel like I would probably be behind Vestra just because you're smaller than me.
Mm.
You know, like
That's
you'd
very
be
thoughtful.
kinda-
Like, you do well at concerts. My wife would appreciate people like you that are not like, I'm gonna stand in front and I'm like 7 feet tall. Anyway, sorry. Shadow, what we have Vester roll. Actually, what is your passive survival? Or what is your bonus in survival?
It's a 1.
A 1, so an 11.
Yes.
As you're moving through, it is very obvious where the deeper tracks are heading, and they continue off through the forest. And everyone notices that as you're walking along, Vester, it's a little you don't notice it quite as much because you're really focused on what you're looking for, but you do notice that off to your right is another clearing. This clearing seems to be fairly decent in size, and is full of very tall grasses, most that are still growing and thriving, but you do see like some areas that are kind of stomped down or dead grasses, some trees that don't really match the forest around you, and a large manor house that appears to be like blackened over time, like the sun has just kind of like either bleached areas or the there's a word here that it's not coming to mind, like, and he gives like those kind of like runs of darkened stains on the building and stuff. So you see like that. And the tracks appear to go past this and continue on to the north.
Does the house look like it would have anything valuable in it?
So the house definitely looks abandoned.
Okay.
Some of the ceilings are kind of like the roofs are sagging a bit.
But that doesn't mean that metals,
Right.
have gone bad.
It's definitely hard to say what's inside. The house itself wouldn't be on the top of like anyone's Zillow chart or anything.
Yeah. Okay, but Vestra will follow the tracks. But if the rest of the party, certain members of the party, go inside the house, she's not gonna stop them.
Okay. So everyone else who just is, kind of like looking around and is not so intent on the tracks and following Tesha, you see the house, you see the clearing. The house is several yards away. It's probably like 50 feet off of the course that you're following. Is there anything that you want to do?
I mean, I just want to look at the tracks and make sure that we're following Tesha's tracks and not the tracks that are meant to send us to a different spot.
Okay.
So I just want to focus on that and I guess see if I can't see anything ahead. I don't know.
And Chris, what are you up to?
I think we could check out the place later. I think A will stick with the tracks. As long as we come back later, though.
Okay.
All right, responsibility.
So let me just, you're following this idea?
Yeah.
Okay. Then let's have Aster roll a survival check for me. Yeah, it appears like the tracks go off in the direction that Vestra is following.
I'm down for following tracks.
Okay. So the four of you head off, passing this clearing. The tracks lead through the forest, kind of into more denser foliage. The trees are closer together. The shadows are much deeper here as the sun is covered. Much sorry, my brain turned off. Much thicker carpet of like all of the stuff that falls from the trees and such. So you are kind of like crunching through. And Vestra's in front. Let's go ahead and have you do a dexterity saving throw.
That's fine. That's
Oh my God.
casual.
Yeah, it'll be fine.
Yeah.
That's super casual. Oh my gosh.
Awesome. Okay. And Aster is following.
I mean, I'm like right there,
Okay.
so.
Let's go ahead and have you also do a dex saving throw.
Oh my word.
Okay. So Vestra, as you're moving through, you're shorter than Aster, but you are a dwarf, and you're kind of, pretty built. And as you kind of step forward, you realize like the ground got really springy all of a sudden, like it's kind of bouncy. And as Aster steps onto it behind you, the combined weight of the two of you, you hear this cracking noise under you. And you're just not quite fast enough to jump forward. Like you try to jump past where you see the leaves in front of you are starting to like collapse down. Aster, you do notice that all of a sudden Vestra is sinking into the ground, and so you leap backwards, not falling into this pit that has been left for you. And sorry, Shadow, I feel bad about rolling damage dice today for some reason. I don't know what's going on. As you disappear into the darkness below, you're going to take 4 whole points of bludgeoning damage.
No.
And you've fallen a good distance. It's hard to tell exactly as you like hit the ground. There's a crunch as there are more sticks and leaves below you. You're in a pit of some kind.
Everyone just hears that kerfuffle of Vestra, the clanking of armor and whatnot, and then you just hear like the voice come out of the pit. At least there weren't spikes down here, but also Tesha is also not down here, so I kind of need some help.
So, Lemon Zest and Chris, you were following can you both make perception checks for me?
Yes. Perception. 12.
Perfect. So
Jishies.
Chris, there's like a certain fascination of having watched the dwarf fall into the pit that you just aren't really noticing things going on around you. But Lemon Zest, you do notice that off to your right, not super close, but you definitely catch the sounds of running kind of fading away into the forest. Almost like somebody was there a moment ago and is now fleeing. Meanwhile, Aster, so you essentially watch this rain of sticks and leaves and pine needles fountain down into the hole that your friend has found themselves in. What do you do?
I'm yelling her name, of course. Like, Vestra! Hold on! And I want to pull out a rope.
Okay.
And try and fling it down. I mean, obviously not just fling all the rope down. Hold on to one end.
Thanks for clarifying.
Yeah.
I watch a lot of cartoons, and I feel like that happens
Right?
a
Throw
lot.
me a rope. There you go.
We were just watching Curious George, and they fall down a cliff, but the monkey's up at the top. Is like, throw down the rope, and he just like throws the rope.
Thanks.
Anyway, I don't
helpful.
want that situation to happen.
Sure.
I want to hold on to one end and throw down the rope, and ask her if she needs a torch.
Okay. I cannot remember. Yeah, so dwarves can see in the dark. So as you're looking around, you do notice that the area that you're in has been carved out a bit, Vestra. So it's kind of like bell-shaped at the bottom. There is a little bit more room than just like what you hit at the bottom. However, it doesn't appear that there are any tunnels or anything that goes off from here. And then a rope lands next to you, or the end of a rope.
It's actually kind of roomy down here. I mean, the construction is a little wonky, but they had good intentions. That the class that the Hoard gives about building pits is way more effective than this one. We should probably spread the word.
There really should have been spikes down here.
Yeah, there really should have been spikes down here. And Vestra will grab the rope and will attempt to climb out.
Okay.
Question mark.
While this is happening, actually, I just need to ask Aster, what is your strength score? I feel like it's not great, but I could be wrong. You're muted.
That's helpful to be muted. That's super duper. 15.
Oh, that's actually better than I expected it to be. Okay.
Yeah.
So, Lemon Zest and Chris, you both notice Vestra has fallen down this hole. Aster shouts and throws a rope after her. Seems to be doing all right, holding the rope for Vestra to climb up. What are you two doing as this is all going on?
So we're still in the forest, right?
Correct.
I don't mean to be a distraction from the rescue mission, but the other rescue mission, I just heard someone go sneak off that away.
Go get him, Lemon Zest.
I'm a small guy.
Yeah, but you're small but mighty.
Chris, can you assist me? I
Yeah,
don't want to go by myself.
I'll come along with.
Okay.
All right. We go after that noise.
Okay.
And I'm going to leave a trail of breadcrumbs behind.
But you're so hangry.
You're right. As soon as I said that, we'll try and make noise for you to follow us.
Okay. So the two of you are trying to follow this noise to wherever it's heading off to?
Yes.
why don't we have you do either perception or survival? It's your choice.
Ooh, my survival's a -1. Perception. 11.
The dice are being so mean today.
Yes, they are.
You head off in the direction that you heard them, and it's only a couple of moments that you realize that you can't hear it any longer. You're looking around trying to find any footsteps or like footprints or signs of somebody moving through here. You can't hear what you had heard before. Like, you got the feeling it was going that way.
Okay. Damn it. Fiddlesticks. I don't know what... I can't figure out where they went.
Should we head back then?
We might as well. Harumph. Yeah, I guess we head back.
Okay. Vester, you managed to climb out of the pit quite easily with Esther's help. As you're getting up there and kind of dusting yourself off, Lemon Zest and Chris both return, harumphing and gurgling. At least you can hear Lemon Zest's stomach gurgling.
Oh. As Vestra's like picking pine needles out of her beard hair. Chris, what happened? What did you see Tesha?
No, we lost the trail.
Oh darn.
Aster's gonna like look in her little remedy satchels and try and find like a hunger suppressant and just kind of hand it over. That's just like, here's some more candy, and hand it on over. But it tastes
Thanks.
good. It'll help.
It does.
So you
It's only
didn't
this for like
see-
a Willy Wonka 5-course meal.
Right.
Candy.
What does the first course taste like?
Is it beef
Soup.
stew?
Yeah,
Soup.
beef stew.
Okay.
It's like
Okay.
a tomato or something.
Good to
It's
know.
like the Willy Wonka candy.
Yeah. We're all to see how Willy Wonka this candy is.
Oh my god. Should we? Come on, Jeremy. How
Yeah.
Willy Wonka is this candy? Let's do it. Let's
We're
do
gonna
it.
have to find out. You got to get through all the courses. Currently, you're on beef stew.
All right.
Let's see
all
how
right.
things end up when you get to the blueberry pie.
Oh boy. Woo, woo. Maybe
Lemon
it's
meringue,
helpful for
actually.
now.
Lemon meringue. That's what it's going to be.
Lemon
Okay.
meringue.
Yeah.
Yep. That's what we were talking about earlier. So, so it is. So you guys found more tracks. Maybe we should follow those and see if we can find where they disappeared. Maybe there's some kind of hidden tracks.
Yeah. Aster, you're really good in the forest. This is a forest. Why
This
don't
is a forest.
you take lead?
I'm good with that. I'm okay with that. I feel like I know forests pretty well. So yeah, let's do this. Let's do this.
Okay. Why don't you do
Can
a
I-
survival check?
Survival. Huzzah. Let's see how good I am. Not that great. Not that great.
So looking around, you do notice that the tracks you've been following lead up to the trap that Vester fell into. And you do notice that they don't continue on for very far after the trap. But where they went after that, you have no idea. And you're kind of trying to look where Lemon Zest heard this sound, and there's nothing over there.
Okay. I'm just gonna head that direction a little bit closer, just to see if I can figure out more if I'm closer.
Sure.
And also see if there's any kind of like cool mushrooms or something.
Sure. Why don't you do a perception check to see if you notice any cool plant growth or fungal growth? Of course, you notice that. As you're looking around, you notice that there are some really neat. They have this like neat red and purple shimmer to their caps as you like move. It changes color. You're not really sure what kind of mushrooms these are. You've never seen them before. But they're like those small clusters that grow up in like the very tiny caps.
I'm absolutely going to take some of those and put them in a pouch and continue to look around for more signs of tracks.
As Aster is doing all of this, what are the rest of you doing?
What exactly is Aster doing?
Trying to find the tracks you couldn't find, essentially.
Okay.
And harvesting mushrooms. One of those she was really good at.
You get 3 guesses to which one.
Right.
I think Vestra is. They're trying to remember their training that the cult has given them about tracking people's, specifically tracking people's. as
you were thinking about it, the biggest recommendation that the cult was like, if you really need to find somebody, this is what you do. It's to have one of the drakes with you, because the drakes are able to, like, you know, smell better, see better, track better than most people are. Unfortunately, they didn't send one with you, so you're on your own as far as that goes. Otherwise, for your own senses, yeah, you're thinking about all of that stuff, and as you're trying to decide what to do with that, I'm going to check and see what Chris is up to.
Well, is there anything that I can do in particular to help with the search, or is this all kind of like a...
Yeah, why don't we do a... Actually, let me double check. What's Lemon Zest doing?
Sorry, I got distracted because twice now, like, I've got the Twitch open and it's decided to unmute on me, and it's
ghosts.
I guess.
Did you want to help the group try and find these tracks, or despite your earlier loss, or are you doing something else?
I just realized, like, my little fairy dragon, I think, could probably just it technically doesn't have a fly speed, I'm pretty sure. Let me double check. As a homunculus,
I believe they do, or maybe mine just,
because like fairy dragons do, but the actual it does.
Yeah,
it does. Okay, so I think I might have my little zest. I forgot. Did I give it a name?
Lemon Blossom.
Yes, Lemon Blossom. I'm gonna have Lemon Blossom.
I think. Let me double check that. I know I wrote it down.
It fits.
Yeah, Lemon Blossom.
Yeah. I'm gonna have Lemon Blossom fly up, like, depending how thick the forest is, have Lemon Blossom fly up and see if they can see what's going on in there.
Okay. So why don't we do this? Everyone, so Vestra and Lemon Zest and Chris all roll survival checks or perception, your choice, and Lemon Zest is going to have advantage.
Oh my gosh.
What? What? What?
What?
What are you rolling?
What are you wedding?
What am I rolling?
Oh, either survival or perception, your choice. And you have advantage.
Okay. I think it wouldn't be mine. It would be via Lemon Blossom. What is survival perception?
So wisdom if you don't have either of those.
Wisdom. 17.
Nice. So
First good roll.
between Chris and so Chris, you're actually the one who finds some very light footsteps that work their way through the forest, and as you're kind of following those up above the trees, Lemon Blossom is buzzing around trying to find any sign of things, and Lemon Blossom notices some movement in a clearing back the way you came that seems to be heading towards that house. And shortly thereafter, Chris, you do realize that the tracks you're following also turn back in that direction and move towards the house.
Okay. So does Blossom point back in the direction of the house?
Yes, a Blossom
assuming-
comes back down through the trees and lands, and I can't remember if the homunculus can communicate with you verbally or...
That is a very lovely question, and I'm not sure why it's lovely, but let me...
But what you do notice, all of you notice, as the mechanical dragon's tail goes and points back in the direction that the tracks are going. So it looks like this person led you to the trap and then moved off through the forest and was essentially kind of circling around that property and heading back to it.
Are there other, say, like animals around? Because, I mean, there's a possibility that I can charm animals and or plants. Is there, like, specific animals that I might be able to charm that are close by?
Yeah, you're looking around. There are definitely some birds that are up in the trees. You've noticed some ground squirrels.
Okay. I'd like to try and charm a bird.
Okay. No,
Not
it gets,
sure how to do that though.
I believe it gets a wisdom save, but let me double check on that. Charm. Do you know what the spell is?
Let's see here. Channel divinity. So I take my little amulet out.
Oh.
And as an action, I can present my holy symbol and invoke. I guess each beast or animal creature that I can see within 30 feet must make a wisdom saving throw. If the creature fails the throw, they're charmed by me for 1 minute.
Okay.
Until it takes damage.
What? Do you know what your save DC is?
My what is? Sorry, I have a child.
No worries.
screen.
I'm actually just going to open your sheet and take a look.
Okay, thank you.
Sure.
Sure.
Oh my gosh. You could have like 30 little woodland creatures.
Little-
Right?
Yeah, kind of run in there and just like do reconnaissance or like
Or clean the house for you.
or clean the house.
Yeah.
Or nibble ropes or
Aster is our Disney princess.
Right?
Yeah.
I just really like plants, but animals are cool too.
So, as you present your holy symbol, what does it look like? What is your holy symbol?
Oh, my holy symbol. It looks like it looks just like a cool like 4-leaf clover kind of.
Okay.
I was going to go a little bit of a different direction with that, but we'll keep it PC. It just looks like a very sweet little 4-leaf clover, and it's got a little gem right in the middle.
Okay. So as you hold this up and you sing the song that summons animals to come and be your friends, if you haven't seen Enchanted, then you don't know what that song is. But if you have seen Enchanted, it's that song. As you do that, the bird looks down at you and then flies away. But
Amazing. Amazing.
a couple of ground squirrels, all of a sudden, that you hadn't even noticed were there, like, kind of come climbing over and stop at your feet and look
Oh,
rather charmed by your presence.
oh, that's wonderful. I'm going to ask them to scamper over and report back what they see.
Okay. So the question is, can you speak to animals?
Ooh, you know what? I don't know if that's one of the things that I was able to do. If I chose to do that.
As
This is
you
gonna be
are,
great.
right?
This is
As
gonna be
you're
so
looking
great.
that up, what is Chris up to?
I guess I'm gonna keep looking to see if there's anything that I can find.
Okay. Are you staying like next to the group, or are you kind of like walking
I'm
out?
staying with the group.
Okay.
Yeah, staying with the group.
You don't notice anything. You besides the footprints. It does look like whereas before there had been like 3 medium-sized humanoids and 1 smaller humanoid. Now it seems like there was just this one humanoid that had kind of like led you into the trap and waited, and then headed back off. You're not really sure at what point the group lost the tracks for the other, like that had been where like Tesha was and such. But it does appear that they likely headed off towards that house.
Okay.
All right, Lemzest, what are you up to?
We've all headed back towards the house, right?
I think
We're my understanding is that we were still standing in the woods as Aster is trying to charm some small woodland creatures, and we are standing there looking at tracks. Unless you're me, and then I'm still picking like pine needles out of my beard.
there's one.
Oh, so
pine
have I
cone.
not informed everyone? Okay, I just assumed I informed everyone. Like,
You had, yeah, you'd informed
Okay.
everyone of that, and essentially Aster's getting some reconnaissance going on to maybe send in ahead of you.
oh, I'm gonna send in Blossom.
Okay, so
Yeah.
Blossom and these. Oh, sorry, Aster. Did you find out if you can speak to animals and if
I've
they can
got
speak back
animal
to you?
friendship.
Okay. So they are charmed by you, and I feel like that allows you to communicate with them. However, them like coming back and being like, okay, this is what's
Yeah,
going on.
this
It's going to
is
be
the
more
plan.
difficult. So,
Okay, I'm thinking I want to just send them with orders to help release our friends
okay.
and describe our friends.
Okay. So you describe Tesha, who is a gnome with some blue hair and some leather armor. You kind of describing these things, and the squirrels head off that direction as Lemon Blossom takes to the air and also is flying that way. Vestra, you're having a really hard time. There was a pine cone that you landed on that had like a bunch of its sap was still in it, and it is just like worked into the like thick area of your beard, and it's being problematic. But as the animals and mechanical animals head that way, are you all following, or are you going to wait here to see what happens?
I'll follow.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. What's Chris up to? Is Chris also following? Okay. And Lemon's that?
Yes.
Are you following stealthily?
Well, let's find out.
Right? If you were trying to, go ahead and roll a stealth check for me, please.
Are you kidding me? I'm just so
Fantastic.
unstealthy.
I love it.
Hey.
6.
I'm doing a bit better.
So we have a 6 and an 18 for Vestra. And a 22 for Chris. Excellent. And a 3 for Aster. Perfect. Perfect. As you're moving through, you notice that, what kind of armor are you wearing, Aster? I know it's a heavy armor, but is it... Doesn't say anything besides heavy armor on this thing.
I don't know. Matt helped me put this together. So.
Sure. Yeah, no worries. Hang on. I'll find it. Loading.
Just like clink, 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 clink.
So you have a shield. Oh, half plate. Okay. So the area that you're moving through is very heavily wooded. All of the trees are kind of closer together, and it's hard for you to move through without having like branches scraping against your armor and such. The group does get through, and you see the clearing ahead of you, but whether or not anyone heard you, you were unsure. And about this time, Lemon Zest, you see a reflection off of metal as Lemon Blossom like disappears through an open window. You can't see the ground squirrels. You lost sight of them pretty quickly as they ran through the forest ahead of you, and you're definitely not sure where they are. As a scream pierces the air coming from the house.
Oh, that seems bad. We should go up to the house.
Yeah.
Not go, like turn around and run.
It's a mimic! The whole house is a mimic! Run!
Oh my god, it's like my greatest fear. Yeah. Just definitely just taking off like full sprint towards the house.
Okay, yeah, that was the next question.
Yeah,
Towards or
not
away
away
from the house?
from
Perfect,
the house.
Okay, so you start booking it. Aster, are you booking it towards the house?
Yes,
Excellent.
I am.
Chris, are you heading that direction? And if so, are you moving at speed or are you staying...
I'm staying stealthy.
Okay. And Lemon Zest, are you heading that direction or are you not heading that direction?
I'm heading that direction.
I also trust that those squirrels are really going to save the day. I mean, for a full 24 hours, they're there to save
Right.
our friend.
These squirrels are in it.
They are super in it.
And
They can join the Hoard next.
Yeah.
We recruited some squirrels.
right.
They'll be so
Frula
impressed.
Mondath is just like, if your
Can make 'em
parents
like a
hadn't,
little leather jacket and a helmet. It's
if there wasn't like a part of the Well of Dragons that had been named for each of your families, you would so be out. Is Lemon Zest moving quietly or also booking it?
I'm going to try one more time to be quiet.
Okay.
18. I'm quiet.
Okay. So
I'm
you
being
and Chris, watch as Vestra and Aster just kind of like start running off, and maybe you glance at each other and then start like creeping through these tall grasses. It's much easier for you to do so, Lemon Zest, than it is for Chris because you're quite a bit smaller, but Chris just kind of like blends in as they like dip down and you two are moving forward. So you're going to get there after them, but you feel pretty well hidden from anyone who might be watching.
That's right. It was all part of the plan. We meant to do it like this.
I need Aster and Vestra to make perception checks for me. Perfect.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I am blinded by the mission.
So Vestra, go ahead and make me another Dex saving throw.
Okay.
I'm sure it's gonna be fine.
No.
Everything's gonna be fine. Oh, nice.
Ooh.
Excellent. So as the two of you are running through this field, you actually do notice that there are some like, I don't know if you've ever seen this, but like when you move through grass and there's just that like little bit of part that's left behind you as you're moving through. And so you do notice those and they're kind of weaving through, and there are multiples of these. You get the feeling that multiple people, maybe 4, have moved through this already. And as you're kind of catching that and watching the house and trying to figure out what's going on, Aster, you very clearly see this bear trap in front of you, and you just
no.
jump over it. Whereas Vestra, you don't see it, and just as you go to step on it, you lift your foot in time as it snaps shut around where your foot was. This field is full of traps. As you're kind of looking around for a moment, you realize there are bear traps or large animal traps just kind of spread throughout it. Now these are kind of older and rusted. They don't necessarily have the same feel as the recently dug out pit that you fell into.
Mm-hmm.
What do you do?
Oh, go ahead. Yeah, no,
I
you go.
wanted to turn around and zoom out. The whole field is trapped.
Okay.
Booby trapped.
So Chris and Lemon Zest, you hear this, and in fact, as you're moving quietly through, it's easy for you to spot them just with your passive perceptions, that there are these traps that are just kind of much like a landmine, just randomly placed throughout this field.
And I know I'm not very stealthy, but I want to zoom out on the other side of the house to trick them.
Okay.
Because I can open doors and do windows and stuff. So there's going to be a point when we're coming up close. I want to distract them on the other side of the house that we're coming.
Okay. Nice. What do you all do?
Can I pick up this bear trap? Is it one of the ones that's on a little chain?
It is on a chain, and you do see that it is spiked to the ground. You could try to pull the spike out of the ground.
Yeah. Yes. I would like to try to do that.
We do an athletics check.
Okay. I can athletics.
I can athletics so hard. It is in there.
Okay.
Those spikes are usually in there to keep bears from pulling them out and stuff. It is definitely in there.
Okay, abandoning that plan. Let's see here. What do I have in my little backpacky pack? Yeah. I'm gonna take out a little torch.
Okay.
And I'm going to use that in front of me as I continue to charge forward. But in combination, now that I know that there's traps and I have my danger sense as my barbarian.
Oh, nice.
I'm going to just keep charging forward wholeheartedly. That's a thing. That's a good thing, right? Give the puppers a treat.
Oh, you got there right before I did.
Okay. Sorry about that. I hope that didn't blow out your ears. However, first I'm going to give her this, although she doesn't deserve it. Come here. Do you want this? And then for the first time in this game, we're going to do Fickle Fate, which is where... if she barks, somebody's going to roll a D whatever, and something's going to happen. And since it was Vestra doing something, Vestra, why don't you roll any die you would like?
Yeah. This one. I picked... Oh, no! I did it wrong.
I think it's /R instead of R/.
Yes.
Excellent. Okay, so please finish explaining what you were trying to do.
Yeah, so it's kind of I was going to be still charging at my full speed, but have the torch holding it out in front of me as a feeler, so that in combination with my danger sense, if there are more traps in front of me, it would either hit the torch first or I'm able to just fully avoid it type of scenario.
Okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead and... So you're going to get advantage for your danger sense. Make a dexterity saving throw.
Okay.
And then make one more not at advantage. Oh, shnikes. Not like that mattered.
It's fine.
Perfect.
We're fine.
Perfect. All right, so
We are
as you're-
cursed.
right as you're running forward, you put down this, this torch, this chunk of wood, in order to attempt to, set a trap off, or notice that it's there ahead of you, and you run right into one, and it goes off. And make a dexterity saving throw. Okay, much better. So that one chops your torch in half as you pull your hand back. However, as you leap over it, there's another one that was right after it. You didn't notice.
Oh.
That one you're going to fail.
Oh.
No.
As you hear the metal spring shut and clamp around your foot, you're going to take 7 slashing damage. And you are restrained.
No way. Do I see this happening? Am I like way ahead of her? Am I like?
You're actually...
Yeah, like how close am I?
You two, so Chris and you are both further back, whereas Aster, you are kind of on par. You've been letting Vestra go ahead of you a little bit, so you all see this.
Oh, I'm gonna scoop her up.
Okay, you scoop her up, and there's this horrid pain in your foot as the chain pulls tight and is like pulling at the flesh in your leg, Vestra.
Oh my
Yeah, you gotta release the trap
God.
first.
Put her down.
Aster's just like
release the
pulling you.
Come on.
I'm gonna try and release the trap from her.
Okay,
Yank it apart.
do a strength check, or athletics if you have it.
Okay. How strong am I? Do. Okay. Well, that's not as strong as I would have liked to be. Oh, that's a saving throw. Never
Okay.
mind. Never mind. No. No.
Do you want to try doing the athletics
Not that
instead? Oh, even worse.
Even worse.
It is high enough to not deal extra damage as you're trying to open it, but you're having a hard time. And about this time, Lemon Zest and Chris, you get up there. You are still stealthing. You still feel hidden from anybody that might be watching. However, you are close enough to see this that's going on.
Okay, so my homunculus is
You can't see your homunculus right now.
Has disappeared.
How far back am I?
From your homunculus?
From the trapped.
Where would you like to have stopped?
Okay, so I'm still stealthy hidden.
Mm-hmm.
Can I cast Mage Hand and use that to try and undo the trap?
You can try. Is that what you'd like to do?
Yes.
Sorry, you can certainly try.
I cast Mage Hand to try and assist with the breaking free.
Okay.
Yes. Of Vestra.
Okay, so let me ask you this. Are you doing this to assist or just try and open it?
I guess assist.
Okay.
I don't know if Mage Hand itself is strong enough to...
You go over, it's up for a little while, and so you go over and you're like trying to squeeze it, and it just isn't able to squeeze the metal to release it. But you could use it to assist with. I'll give you that.
Yeah, I'm going to use it to assist.
And Chris, what are you up to?
Could I also use Mage Hand to assist?
You could.
Two
You could.
mage hands
Right?
assisting each other.
Are yours?
I imagine our mage hands like high five
Right.
as they go into to assist.
Like, we got
They know the
this.
secret handshake. And
Right.
they do like their little like
Yeah.
secret
Yeah.
handshake.
I'm assuming that thieves' tools won't help with this?
Not in this case, because it is just a matter of like squishing the metal back to make the release happen.
Yeah.
But I will call this assist, and if Aster would like to try again, or Vestra can try also, you do have the ability to
Get myself out of the
get
trap.
yourself out of it, right?
I mean, sure, I'd love to assist, but I don't know how helpful I'll be.
Yeah. I think I've gone over the initial shock. So I will, in combination with all of the mage hands,
Yeah. Like we
try
can
to open this thing.
maybe all of us. I'll try athletics instead.
Well, so let's have so Vestra is going to roll a athletics check with advantage with everyone helping.
Okay.
I'm sorry, what were you saying about trying athletics, Aster?
Oh, I was gonna try athletics.
Yeah, go ahead and try that. Everyone's just like trying to get. Oh my god! But it is with advantage. So everyone keeps trying to get this. The mage hands are over there squeezing, and Vestra, you're trying, and then finally Aster just gets a good angle on it, and you push down, and the trap falls open. Like one part is stuck in your leg, but it is open, and you just kind of like and get it to come out.
Yeah.
Until you receive magical healing, you are going to move at half speed.
Which will be
Vestra.
coming your way,
Okay.
like immediately. Immediately.
Magical healing.
Magical healing. I'm gonna pull
As Aster
a weird.
as Aster lets go of the trap to heal you, and it snaps back shut on you.
No. She needs to be out all the way.
My foot's no longer in it, but it does snap back
Oh my
close.
God.
That's fair. That's fair.
Ah! All right, we're gonna do cure wounds on you.
Okay.
Bless.
Okay. And what do you get?
Oh,
you
wow.
get?
There's so many things going on. What level are you casting it at?
3.
Which number am I supposed to look at?
Yeah, I'm
I don't know what's
checking here.
happening.
So I think you should get 11 back.
11?
Yeah.
Yes.
11.
All right.
Okay.
Vestra now looks in perfect health. There is nothing wrong with them. They're even better than they were before.
It's like a little glow. Like
Yeah.
You had
Like
some
they're
moisturizer.
shiny and new.
Nice. Vestra's pant leg, on the other hand, is still like all messed up, and there's like blood on it and stuff. In fact, you notice that on the trap, there's also like dried blood and fur and such. These have been here for a while and have been reused and like not cleaned in between.
Yes.
Oh my God.
First off, that's just unhygienic. Second off,
Super gross. Super gross.
whoever laid these traps
OSHA would
did
be
not dig that
so
hole.
right. Okay. So now that you are free, what is everyone doing?
It's just feeling fine, but so Vestra's gonna keep heading towards the house, but more carefully.
Okay. Aster.
Yeah, sneaky,
Oh.
trying to
Same.
get past the traps.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, also gonna sneak again.
All right. So everyone knowing that these traps are here, keeping an eye out for them, go ahead and roll a group stealth roll. Let's see how the dice treat you this time. Nice.
Oh my god! It's a natty one.
Oh, no.
Nice. Nice. So we got a 26, a 17, a 2, and a 7. All right. So you look around. You don't see anyone watching. You move forward. There's some like shifting of armor. At some point, Lemon Zest, you almost step in a trap, and then you let out like a little eep, and you like grab your face, like grab your jaw. You're just like looking around to see if anyone had noticed. Your friends don't look at you, so maybe you were quiet enough. And you reach the front of the house. There's a large front porch. It's covered. Looks like at one time it might have had shutters that you could close, but they've long ago rotten and fallen off. There's little pieces of them left. The stairs that go up to the front are sagging from moisture and wear. The front door itself looks like it's like a heavy wood banded with iron, but it also looks, if it was stained or painted at one time, it's long since worn away. There are some very... Uh-oh, lost Mick. Welcome back, Mick.
I think my internet was shut off for a second.
It's so weird because I was just wondering if mine did that, because all of a sudden it was like, chat is reloading. Why is chat reloading?
Oh no.
Who knows? You do notice that there are windows that are like heavily gunked up with time, like just the grossness that builds up on glass. What would you like to do?
Is there screaming that's still happening or no?
Good question. Why don't you make a perception check for me?
Can we all? Because we're all looking around.
Sure. If everyone wants to do a perception, you could do a group perception check.
It's...
Well,
22,
these
6,
dice are really like
9.
hot and cold today.
Right?
They really are.
Is Lemon Zest perceiving as well?
Might as well. I changed the dice on my thing, so
Amazing.
let's see if that helped.
Okay, yeah. Perfect. So yeah, all of you are listening, kind of like trying to get a feel for what's going on in the house or around you, and you do not hear any further screams, but you do hear movement from within. The movement is actually not behind the door, but kind of further off to the left in what appears to be like you're kind of trying to picture what the inside might be. It's probably a room off on that side as opposed to whatever's the entryway. Just kind of, you just hear some like creaking boards.
Can I check if the front door is trapped?
Absolutely. Make an investigation check.
Knowing our immediate history, I see nothing.
So looking at it, it looks like it is completely trap-free. Just a old weathered door.
Yeah, this is a normal door that Vestra is. The rest of everybody else would know. They look like they are preparing to kick down this door.
No, hold on. And as I like hold up my hand, I cast Mage Hand to open the door.
Okay. Your mage hand. What does your mage hand look like, by the way?
Just like my hand, but mystical.
Gotcha. Yeah, I didn't know if you were going for any like
Like a lizard hand,
or like a mechanical looking hand or something like that.
Oh yeah, it's a mechanical looking kobold hand.
Nice.
Yeah.
It goes forward. This is one of those like grab. Instead of like the knob, it's like the lever. He grabs the lever and pushes down. You hear the click of the slider inside, and it opens slightly.
Just slightly.
Just slightly. I mean, unless you want to open it all the way. That's up to you.
I'm going to open it all the way.
The door...
I probably should have said back up first, but...
Vestra, you notice as the door opens very silently, and inside, it's like a portal to a completely different realm or something. You look in and the inside is immaculate. There are like well-polished marble floors. There is this black stained wood staircase that goes up to the second floor and like arcs around to what looks like a the word is escaping me.
Is this like a Morton kind of magnificent mansion kind of deal?
Hard to tell. It definitely looks like the inside is much more like taken care of. And the other thing you
But it's not
notice,
bigger on the inside. Is it same?
hard to tell from where you are.
Okay.
It looks about the same, but you're kind of like standing on the porch looking through this not little door, but like this door that gives you a very limited view on it.
I'm thinking Chris is going to love this place. It's perfect.
Right? Look at all the things to take. The first thing you notice, Vestra, as you're looking in, is there is a pedestal. Looks like it's black marble with you've never seen black marble quite like this. It has veins of red running through it, and it's pretty bright red. It stands out quite starkly from the rock itself. On top is, at first you think it's a head, to be honest. Like it looks like there's a fleshy head sitting there. But as your eyes kind of adjust, you realize it's more like the shape of a rather round humanoid, like a heavyset humanoid that's missing its arms and legs, and coming out of its neck is a clawed hand. And it does look rather fleshy.
Yeah, I'm not magic based. Somebody else, this is not my department. I smash things.
Well, Vestra just noped you all.
Yeah.
Nope.
Yep.
So you're all standing on the porch. Vestra glances in past you and then steps aside.
No,
Who's doing what?
I smash. Who would like to go?
Wait, okay, so there's a... What are we seeing? It's just this fleshy claw that's...
Are you going to go take a look, get a little closer? Not necessarily go through the door, but are you looking in, trying to see what Vestra saw?
Yes.
Okay. So you see this pedestal. It's about your height. So what's on top of it is actually above you, but it's far enough away for you to see. It looks like... make a perception check, actually.
Oh boy. Do I see my homunculus in there?
You do not. You saw your homunculus go through a window on the second floor.
4.
With the 4, you notice it looks like a fleshy glob that looks kind of like a small torso, essentially. With, instead of a head, there's a clawed hand sticking out of the top.
Yeah, like one of those Halloween buckets with a hand that grabs you.
It's exactly like one of those. In fact, from inside you hear, "Trick or treat!" I have a feeling Tasha just got noped as well. Tasha's waiting for help. She knows her friends will come for her. And then we cut to everyone just walking away from the building.
Is there a window nearby?
There is. Off to your left on the porch,
Okay,
there's
I think...
I mean, I have faith in these squirrels that they're going to help her.
I think Vestra would just... is that window like where I heard the kerfuffle coming from?
It is.
Okay, I think Vestra will walk up to the window and will like try to peer inside.
Okay. Trying to look through, it looks like there's definitely... It's very thick, like grime has built up over it. You can't really see anything inside. If any light is filtering in, you don't even see what it's hitting. You do notice that noise has stopped.
Can I use... I guess I want to do survival to see if I can see any like immediate traps and kind of like slowly kind of step inside.
Okay. You do not see any
Um,
traps.
Okay, I just clicked roll anyway.
That's all right.
I got an 8. That's oh my god.
Still
Yeah,
see
so I
no
just
traps.
I just kind of like quickly kind of step inside like okay, let's
So looking in, you can see that there is a door to your left. There's also a door to your right. They are very fine, kind of a dark red wood. They've been stained. The edging of it is kind of like over time turning to black, but the paint itself is kind of a very dark red. They appear to go. One would probably go into the room that window is attached to. You're not really sure the other side because there was no window on that side. The porch actually kind of comes out on that side, and there was wall, so you couldn't see. Ahead of you, you see that there are hallways that go off. There's like a little bit of an entryway, but it's really more like there are short hallways that go off to the left and right past those doors, and there is the large staircase that goes up. Looking up, you see that there is the veranda, I think is the word I was looking for earlier, that essentially like goes around the top and is open. It is above you. You can see the ceiling above you would essentially be the floor of the veranda. And you also can see that there are some doors. You can just barely see there are doors on the left and right upstairs.
I'm going to carefully open the door on the left.
Okay. As you move in and head up to the door, Chris, what are you up to?
I'm gonna take a look through, I guess, the front door that we're all around.
Okay. As you're looking through, you also notice these things. Go ahead and make a perception check for me.
Right.
As you're looking in, you see this room, this like small entryway. When I say small, it is fairly large, but it is not meant to really like be where people hang out. So there's a lot of like doors that go off of it, or other passageways, or there's the staircase. As you look in, you can see the pedestal with the strange carving that's on it. You realize that it is stone. It's just very realistic looking carving, and the stone itself is unfortunately rather flesh looking, but you do realize that it is a actual statue instead of something else.
Okay. Guess I'll walk through.
Okay. Nothing happens. No like latent traps that showed up after Lemon Zest stepped through. You head in. What is Aster up to?
I mean, I'll do the same, but I mean, I'd like to see if there's any kind of like additional magic looking things around the room.
Okay.
Like I see the pedestal, everybody's talking about it, but like, is there something else around that gives us a little more idea? Like, can I tell what kind of pedestal this is, and if there's any other markings?
Go ahead and make a investigation or arcana, whichever you'd like to do.
Okay. Let's see here.
So with the 16, you're looking around as you step in. You don't notice any sigils or magical wardings that are that would lend you to think that there's like any magical traps or any kind of like illusion magic or such going on. It seems pretty, and as far as the pedestal itself, it looks like a stone pedestal, although the marble itself is quite strange. Not from around this area.
Gotcha.
And as you moved in, what is Vestra doing?
now that no bear traps have gone off inside, Vestra will confidently stride through the doorway and head over to where Lemon Zest is.
Okay. So as you got distracted. As you step in and head towards where Lemon Zest is heading to that door, what is Lemon Zest? Are you listening? Are you trying to open the door?
I'm listening through the door.
Okay, go ahead and make a
First.
perception check for me.
Perception. Okay, 17.
Nice. You do not hear anything on the other side.
Okay, I guess I slowly opened the door.
The door is locked.
Okay, should have saw that coming.
Okay, I can
I-
smash it. Do you want me to smash it?
Yes.
Yes.
You should smash it.
I'm good at smashing. I think. As I swing my warhammer at the door.
Yes,
Go for it.
do it. I mean, we know something shady is going on in this house, so like, we just need to find it.
Oh,
Yeah.
I should first turn off
Screw
that. and
patience.
Yeah.
I whack.
All right, so the 14, your Warhammer, is that right? Yes.
Yes.
You step back, you take a swing at it with your Warhammer, it smashes into it. You definitely see bits of wood crush in as like the center panel of the door starts to cave in. It's still closed, but is definitely smashable if you'd like to continue whacking at it.
Yes, I would like to continue smashing.
Okay.
And then rage at it.
Right? As the dwarf goes to town trying to take out this door, what's everyone else doing? Let's start with Chris.
I
Chris is
guess
probably
I
like-
will just wait and see how this turns out.
Okay.
Chris is like, I mean, I could have just opened it for them, but okay.
Right.
I thought about it, but then Vestra like just offered. So
I'm like, why not?
Right?
Yeah.
And it's kind of fun. It's a little fun.
So
She's
is,
only good at one thing.
is Lemon Zest doing
I
anything
feel like I'm
besides
just being too cautious right now. Like let's just do it.
Lemon Zest? Just do it.
This is violent. Lemon Zest coming back. Wrath.
Didn't take long, did it?
Mm-mm.
No.
Mm-mm.
Is Lemon Zest doing anything besides watching Vestra smash open this door?
No, he stepped back and he's just
Okay. And Aster?
I'm telling Vestra that she's doing an amazing job.
Nice.
You get it, girl.
Moral
you
support.
get it. You go.
Perfect. So as
them.
this is all happening, Chris, you notice that there is a slight bit of movement near the top of the stairs as a voice, like an ancient, ragged, wizened voice, calls out a weird word. None of you really understand it. And the front door slams shut. I need everyone to go ahead and make a con saving throw.
Oh my gosh.
You're
Of
so
course. Of course.
Fine.
Now, Chris is going to have advantage on this.
Wow. Good thing Chris has the advantage.
Wait, what saving throw?
Constitution, please. Amazing. Amazing.
plus
I love
Oh
it.
boy. Oh boy.
13.
Fantastic. So, Chris, you start to turn your head in the direction that you hear the noise, and your body locks up. And you're kind of like looking around, and you can't quite turn your head far enough to see. You can see the stairs, but you can't quite see what's up there. But you notice your friends all like stiffen and then collapse stiffly to the floor.
Oh, what?
As you're standing there, you hear footsteps moving down the stairs towards you. They're not heavy footsteps, but even though it appears that the stairs are well cared for, it still creaks as they step. And soon a small, wrinkled old woman appears in your vision. And she moves up next to you and kind of eyes you. And from the hallway that comes out from underneath the stairs, like essentially on either side there was the hallways that went back, a very large, twisted rodent form on two legs lumps forward, one hand always hitting the ground as though to hold up its massive frame on two legs. It settles next to her as they're both looking at you.
Oh, Grandma, looks like this one didn't fall asleep. What do you want me to do with it?
And she smiles. And she's like, whatever you would like to, dear. And with that, we are going to call it for this week.
Oh my god.
Oh, this is fine. This is just a friend, you know?
Right?
Also, grandmas are always
Yeah.
nice. What is this? This is spooky.
Yeah.
Grandmas are always nice.
I knew we were walking into something. Did I care? No.
No, we're just like, knocking down doors.
tried.
Get that door.
I
What
tried
about
being
that?
sneaky. So many failed rolls. But I'm just like, screw it. We're gonna.
The
bust
dice
down
were
the
super
door.
harsh on you all today. I will
Yeah.
I will throw that out there.
Where are my squirrels? This is crazy.
Perfect. Hey, it worked out perfectly. I don't know what you're all talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is fine.
I mean, it's
This is
exciting.
all
This
right?
is a great way to start next session. So
Right?
Yeah.
It'd be
Yeah.
great.
Oh my gosh.
Speaking of next session, join us next Wednesday at 2 p.m. Eastern for episode 6, I believe. Yep, of For the Hoard of the Dragon Queen. But before that, why don't we do a round of what do you have going on? Does anyone have stuff coming up?
tonight, Shadow and I have part 2 of our Latin Call of Cthulhu table over on Roll D5.
Nice.
Yeah, it's going well.
At
Oh, well, starting at 7 p.m. just to finish Mika's sentence.
Central.
I was just saying, we're definitely not walking into a haunted building. That's definitely not haunted. Yeah.
Are you sure?
Everything's great. Everything's going fine. Mm-hmm.
That doesn't sound super convincing.
Yeah, somebody's already lost sanity, and I guess he
Yes.
only has 50. He has 50 sanity.
Yeah, I don't know how
It's
he broke his
unmuted.
character sheet. Oh, no.
It's going to be awesome.
4 times.
Yeah, it's gonna be great. It's just like here, as we definitely walked into a totally not haunted, not sketchy old mansion. It's a parallel. Today is just my days of my characters walking into definitely not sketchy haunted buildings.
Right. Cozy, comfortable, absolutely.
Yeah. Mhm.
Awesome. Also over on Roll D5 on Friday at some time, because I feel like it changed, but I'm not sure. What time
It should be.
Yeah, for some reason I had it starting way later than it was actually going to. But it should start 7 p.m. Central
Okay.
this Friday. Yes,
Nice.
for Roll Detox, where we kind of decompress and talk about our favorite games we've been playing, games we've just been in. And for this Roll Detox, everyone I'm having on is in a different type of game with me, like
Nice.
campaign with Jeremy, doing some play testing with Kate. and then I totally just spaced on the last person who's going to be Rara, who I'm in a podcast with. How did I forget Rara? Yeah, Rara, who I'm in a podcast campaign, 2 different podcast campaigns with. So it'll be very like campaign focused talking.
Nice. I'm looking forward to it. What else? So this Friday, I'm going to be over there. So there's no Dagger Heart on this channel on Friday. So make sure you tune in to Roll D5. That's ROLE_D5. And then on Saturday, we have Eberron, the Night Watch Affair Part 2 as we wrap that up. Super excited to do that. Come hang out with us as we watch my character Hex have his entire world shattered and watch me cry on stream. It's going to be fantastic. Anything else?
I don't know how you follow that up.
Right? Yeah. All right. I just want to do a shout out to everyone watching. Thank you for joining us live. Thank you, Raven, for being our Patreon Great Wyrm supporter. Definitely appreciate it. If you haven't already, please head over and follow us on YouTube. Help us get to our 500 followers over there. And we are going to raid Summon. Let's raid Kobold Press, because it's been a while. Raid Kobold Press. Yeah. Awesome. Thanks everybody for joining us today. We will see you next time. Bye.
Bye.